What does this say?
Let's have a look then.
Why, you there. Your presence is requested at the tavern this evening. Who's the one requesting? I didn't ask. 'Tis none of my concern. The fellow said aught about the usual place.
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale.
Hi. Faring well, I hope. Would you care to join me? I'd not say no to a bit of company. I was hoping you'd say that. Do you know, I had a feeling we'd meet here today. Intuition, I suppose. Say, you're not from round here, are you? Are you a traveler? Have you seen many places? How I envy you. This city is all I know. I long to learn more of the outside world, but Mother won't allow it. She's always telling me how dangerous it is beyond the palace walls. But that only makes me question her judgment all the more. After all, if the world truly is so perilous, what of the lives of our people? They must be fraught with uncertainty, subject to harsh conditions. It seems unfair that I alone should be shielded from that reality. But listen to me waffling on. Ah, I almost forgot. Here, I brought more of the money I owe you. I should have the remainder ready by our next meeting. My apologies, friend, but I'd best be going. I mustn't let Mother find out I left the palace. Thank you for indulging me. I do hope we'll see each other anon. Till then, farewell.
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
We ought to put it to good use.
Have we purchased all that we require? We ought to review the contents of our... packs, just to be sure.
This downpour seems unlikely to abate.
There is naught to be done, but suffer our wet boots. Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
I've a knack for gathering items, and am ever on the hunt for new finds. I'll gladly try out any useful mechanisms I espy.
This is generally used as a material. Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favor. I can't imagine.
Welcome, sir. Doubly so if you're here to buy. Many thanks, sir.
Sir Arisen, thank heavens you've come. Saurians have claimed the village yet again, if you can believe it. Just when almost all of the villagers had arrived as well. Oh, why must these scaly fiends beset us so?
Oi! What are you doing standing about when there's work to be done?
Jonas! This is the good sir I spoke of. The one who called the Saurians for us.
Is that right? Then I expect you to aid us with this mess, stranger. You did it once afore, eh? Only natural you'd help finish the job.
My apologies for the chief's temperament. Yet he speaks truly. We have need of your strength. Pray, cull the beasts as you did before, sir. I dare say you are the only one upon whom we can depend.
More saurians. Let us deliver them a swift end, and ensure the village is safe.
We must remain vigilant. Let my magic grant you an elemental food. Well done.
That was well fought.
The Saurians are no more, I see. That's twice you've come to our rescue now. You're more than a friend to Harve village, Sir Arisen. You are truly, we cannot
Here he is! I found our troublemaker!
Jonas! What is the meaning of this?
This blasted beastren went and ventured into Stormwind Cave. How many times have we said none are to tread there? But he just had to poke his nose where it didn't belong. There can be no doubt he's the one who incited the Saurians' attack.
Forgive me. I never meant for any of this to happen.
Trust a beastren to muck things up.
Jonas! Surely there's no need for such talk.
You would say that, wouldn't you? Seems to me beastrens go causing problems, and we humans are lumped with the job of cleaning up after them.
Jonas, please! You're being ridiculous.
There!
I do apologize. It would seem things have turned rather uncomfortable. But we mustn't let this sour your triumph. You came to our aid when we needed it most, and for that, you have our gratitude, Sir Arisen. I do hope you shall visit us again anon.
It was a rotten note to end things on. I do hope Sir Fioran will be all right.
Thank you, Sir Arisen. That's twice now you've aided us. We've a long road ahead, but fear not. Harve village shall be bustling again ere long.
You're no fisher. I can tell at a glance.
I shall do as you say. Open your eyes, everyone. 'Tis dark out, but our day begins.
Shall we check our packs and be off?
Ready to forge on?
It's busy out today.
Could have sworn I had ought to attend to.
Shall we seek out the young man from the other day? Follow me, Master. I shall guide you to the location.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. I bear word from Regent Ken Sven, your Majesty. He espied the delivery of a suspicious package to a man named Allard, a minister who happens to be one of the Queen Regent's staunchest and most powerful allies in the palace. From the pains he took to remain on scene, 'tis plain that Allard wished this delivery kept away from prying eyes. That alone is reason to suspect a connection to Deeza's schemes. We must get to the bottom of it. The Regent Kin intends to call Allard to his chambers come nightfall. He bids you to use this opportunity to search the minister's chambers and see if there's aught to be learned. What say you, your Majesty? Are you willing to undertake this task? I shall ensure that the door to the minister's chambers is open between midnight and dawn. Pray, use that time to infiltrate and uncover aught worthy of suspicion.
We have been entrusted with a task. Let us approach it with all due care.
'Twould seem we've a need to visit the palace.
Twould seem we've a need to visit the palace. Let us make for the palace, that you might investigate Minister Allard's chambers. Here we are.
You are the Arisen, yes? The captain gave me your description. Follow me!
What's to be done about this?
I'll feel a sight better once I've had my dinner.
Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards espy you, I will be forced to play my part. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
I wish the minister would be more careful. He takes the sentinel posted outside his chambers with him everywhere.
Do you recall that package from Batawa delivered to the minister's chambers last week?
Well, between you and me, I grounded when I saw the door unguarded into the floor.
What business could be so pressing that I must be summoned at this late hour?
I would not presume to know, my lord. However, it must be a highly sensitive matter for the Regent Kin to request a private audience.
Or perhaps the boy has finally grown wise to the benefits my favor can bring. He might just be his mother's puppet, but at least he knows what's good for him.
My lord, if someone were to overhear...
Oh, unwring your hands, you fool! As if anyone in this palace would dare say a word against me. Now, if Wilhelmina calls, tell her to await me in my chambers. I will return presently.
Would that all my days were so tranquil.
Surely none more important than this. I speak of the ascension of the sovereign.
Indeed. But that, Your Grace, would be better discussed in the presence of your mother.
Well, well. Yours isn't a face I'm accustomed to seeing around the palace. How did you get in here?
Oi! Who goes there? Who's there?
Tut, tut. Now, this just won't do. How's a lady supposed to work with all these interruptions?
Oh, 'tis you, Lady Wilhelmina.
Mm-hmm. Do excuse us. We thought to enjoy a little fresh air. Though we had hoped for slightly more privacy, if you catch my meaning.
Apologies, my lady. But might I ask the name of your companion?
Are you sure it would be wise? Such knowledge has been known to cost a man his head.
Understood, my lady. If anyone asks, I shall say I saw naught.
A narrow escape. You should count yourself lucky that he was so easily flustered. I don't appreciate having my motives questioned. I did as I saw fit. Need I say more? Still, you are welcome to come calling, should the fancy take you, and should you have the gold for it. Off you go now. If you wish to speak further, 'twill have to wait. This is neither the time nor the place for it.
Wait for the new equipment to come in.
What to do?
Full of chances to further refine oneself.
I am pleased to find you in good health.
A long day of work.
It seems you've made a discovery regarding the false sovereign. There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent find.
Now this is a conundrum.
But I shan't complain.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as the true Arisen. I know this sigil well. 'Tis the crest of the neighboring country of Batal, a land with which Vermin has no official dealings at present. Let me see. It reads, "True to our word, we offer you the power of the Godsway. Pray make haste in securing Melv, that all might be made ready ere our plans are set in motion." A meager clue, to be certain. Though, 'tis clear that the Queen Regent conspires with Batal. This does not bode well at all. Though the political situation is stable at present, much blood has been spilled between Vermund and its neighbor in the past. I fear such a partnership would only portend the drawing of more. At any rate, 'twould seem our search has led us to only more questions. Chief among them, what is meant by securing Melv and this Godsway? I will investigate these matters as best I can. In the interim, Your Majesty, should you have time to spare, might you make for Melv? Only once we have gleaned a fragment of the Queen Regent's plot can we begin to thwart it. And ere it slips my mind, pray, take this. Perchance it will help speed you on your way to Melv.
Phasus. Now there's a name to remember.
As a reward for Your Majesty's efforts, you have been invited to attend the coronation. 'Twould seem congratulations are in order. You will, of course, require raiment befitting of the occasion. I would ask that Your Majesty return once you've procured such attire. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Of all those who serve the Queen Regent, there is but one who I have no doubt will lend his support to Your Majesty's cause. I refer to Waldar, a magistrate. Many a time has Disa demanded Waldar amend the code of Vermont to her own benefit. And many a time has the magistrate refused her, for he is loyal to none but the spirit of the law. As a result, he now sits in a cell beneath the palace. Our laws dictate that Your Majesty is our rightful ruler. Thus, as the staunchest supporter of the law known to the palace, I'm quite confident that Waldor will be willing to vouch for Your Majesty. What say you? Might you be willing to aid me in arranging the magistrate's release? I've prepared a means for you to enter the palace dungeons. Pray, take this. This mission demands the utmost secrecy. Prithee be cautious, Your Majesty. Should you be discovered, I will be unable to lend aught in the way of aid.
I can accompany you to the castle entrance, Master, but no further.
What have I done to deserve this, I ask you?
Here's hoping there'll be no... We shall remain here.
Ah, 'tis you. How's life treating you then?
So, you've come. Captain Brant bade me allow you passage.
First, assess the field, then act accordingly.
Have you come to release me from this jail? Who are you? Oh, the ruler, you say. Claim you to be Arisen as well, then? I must applaud the audacity of spinning such a falsehood. Though the possibility certainly stands that the man currently residing in the palace is but a pretender. Ah, they say the Arisen's breast bears a wound akin to the dragon's claw. By that mark, 'twould seem 'tis true. This reminds me of a happening 148 years ago. During the reign of Regent Alphonse, a man named Crusoe appeared and claimed to be Arisen. He went before the people, insisting that he, and not Regent Alphonse, was the true Arisen, the one fit to lead them as their ruler. And what befell him, you ask? Ha! Crusoe was discovered to be a liar, whereupon his head was liberated from his shoulders on the spot. Aye, I dare say your arrival portends another beheading, but whose will it be, Escape? But why? Here, I spend my days perusing the code and deciphering old texts. I can devote all my time to my own interests. And I need not turn my ear to Disa's absurd demands. 'Tis a paradise to me, this cell. That said, if you know of a place with a mountain of tomes I could delve into, I might rethink the matter. Tell me, does that ring any bells? I suspected as much. Then we are done here. Leave me be. My head will roll if aught goes awry.
At last! 'Tis a relief to be at your side again, Master.
Do take care not to stray so far next time.
Alms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation. Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. May fortune smile upon you, kind sir. Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for... Many thanks. May hold on a moment, Sir Arisen. Perchance you would be willing to aid me with another matter. You see, one of the children we care for here at the Gracious Hand has gone missing. Malcolm, his name is. He's a steady lad. I can't imagine he would have run away. This building's very old. It could be that he's found himself in some strange corner of it. Might I impose on you to search for him?
Might I propose we seek out new information?
Indeed, you are correct.
Malcolm's been really into exploring of late. Just the other day, he was going around telling anyone who'd listen about how he was an ox hair away from making some big discovery. Malcolm. All he's doing of late is picking through rubble. Don't know why he bothered.
I overheard some of the soldiers standing guard outside the palace, discussing a curious rumor.
Regarding the Queen Regent and an important personage, you mean?
Indeed. Some suppose there is more to her relationship with this Batali dignitary than is publicly known.
Is Malcolm all right? We were supposed to go exploring together, but I overslept and he went without me. Wish he'd woken me up. I was really looking forward to going down into those vaults. Oh no, I wasn't meant to tell anyone that.
Shall we report our results?
I know so little of this world, and of myself.
Has no home.
Vaults, eh? Let us inform Sir Kendrick of what we've learned. I believe...
Vaults, you say? By my knowledge, they were sealed off. Ah, but you mentioned rubble, aye? Then perhaps the lad found a way through. Come, I fear there's not a moment to lose. Pray, follow me, and quickly. I believe this is the place to which the children were referring. Look, there, a hole. Could he have passed through here? There is naught to be done but have a look for ourselves. The passage ahead looks small, but we may be able to squeeze through. Let us make haste. Malcolm, thank goodness you are unharmed. You have my eternal gratitude, Sir Arisen. Now I can breathe freely at last.
Sir Kendrick? You'll never believe what I've found. It's just up ahead. Books, sir. Books, books, and more books. It's like some sort of secret workshop.
Truly? Perhaps we ought to take a look.
We ought not lose sight of our guide.
I quite agree.
I grant your weapon a magical boon.
Over here.
Heavens above!
Isn't it amazing? And I found it. Me.
'Tis quite a find indeed. Is this some manner of archive? Why, I've ne'er seen so many books. This collection must be worth a fortune. 'Tis a veritable treasure trove of wisdom. Might I ask that you not share the existence of this place with others, Sir Arisen? We cannot allow the knowledge accumulated here to be misused or mistreated. We ought to entrust its care to someone worthy, someone who can appreciate its true value. Pray tell me if you know of such an individual. As for you, Malcolm, I forbid you from telling anyone else about this place. 'Twill be our little secret. Understood?
Oh, but...
However, in exchange for your silence, you may come and go as you please. Let's investigate this place's secrets together, eh?
It near boggles the mind that so impressive an archive slumbered here. 'Tis surely in any scholar's dream.
Right you are.
How do you do?
This might be worth a read.
Let's have a look then.
Water is nigh invisible in this gloom. No few times has an overconfident step soaked my boats.
This place is amazing. I knew I'd find something down here, but I never expected this.
The books ne'er seem to end. Who could have brought them here, I wonder? Can't remember the last time my pockets jingled.
It seems we must part ways for the time being.
Such quiet.
As soon as my shift's done, I'm off to the tavern.
Well, have you found some place I might sate my scholarly curiosities? Oh, to think such a place existed. How very curious. Guide me outside, then. If you can deliver me from this pit, I ought to be able to find the rest of the way on my own.
There's no easy thing, making a living as a soldier. You know, like getting cut open.
have been waiting for you, Arisen.
Aye, this should be far enough. My thanks. If you truly are Arisen, then I swear to someday repay this debt I owe. Words may be wind, but there's naught else I can offer you at present. Pray visit me if you've the time or inclination. Mayhap the knowledge I've gained reading tomes of Eld could be of some use to you.
Shall we report this development to Captain Brandt?
My head hurts just thinking about it. What to do? What to do? I've no mother or father to speak of, you see. So the nice people at the Gracious Hand take care of me. I wanted to get them a present to say thank you, and I thought a bunch of flowers would be just the thing. The problem is, I can't seem to find any good ones. Do you think you could help me? All I need is a bunch of pretty flowers. For true. Thank you ever so much, Arisen. I'm sure you'll find the prettiest flowers that ever were. Hoi, Arisen! Have you brought me a bunch of flowers already? Oh, just look at them. They're the most beautiful flowers I've ever seen. These should brighten the sisters' days. Say, would you mind terribly if I asked you another favor? See, one of my friends taught me a magic spell. It's supposed to let you meet whomever you like. All you have to do is find a silver stone, put it under your pillow, and say the magic words. But there's the problem. I've been looking all over for such a stone, and I can't find one anywhere. Would you find a silver stone and bring it to me, Arisen? For true. I knew I could count on you, Arisen. I'll be waiting.
Our next
Oh, I can't find a silver stone anywhere. Have you fared any better? Oh, just look how it shines. Thank you ever so much. Say, aren't you curious who I want to meet? Well, I'll tell you. My mother and father. I don't even know what they look like, you know. Not to say I'm unhappy at the Gracious Hand, of course. But I'd really like to meet them, even just once. I want to tell them how grateful I am that they gave me life. Oh, it's so shiny. Oh, hi, Arisen. You'll help me again if I need it, won't you? Please say yes.
Miss Daphne seemed pleased with our efforts. Mayhap we ought to pay her another visit sometime soon.
Indeed, you are correct.
We have arrived.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. It seems Magistrate Wardor has been safely delivered from his cell. The man's dedication to justice shall doubtless be a great boon to our cause. Mayhap it would be prudent to visit the man on occasion and avail yourself of his vast stores of wisdom. He might have knowledge that could benefit you on your travels. Now, would you be so kind as to return the key I lent you? I thank you. Pray, take this. Consider it remuneration for your Majesty's efforts.
Outstanding!
We have done what we set out to do, and that is well enough.
Our efforts have been rewarded.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Ah, yes. Regarding your pursuer from some days past, as we suspected, he was indeed an agent from Batal. When he learnt of your Majesty's escape, he began inquiring after your movements. 'Tis a glad thing we captured him before matters escalated. As to how he learned your Majesty's location with such ease, I intend to extract the answers from him anon. I shall be sure to inform you when I do. Pray, take this. 'Tis the least I can offer for your Majesty's assistance.
So the agent was of Batal after all. It is rather eerie that someone should be sent across the border to spy on you.
Shall we seek out the young man from the other day?
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. For some time now, 'twas said that the false sovereign was recovering from his battle wounds. But as I hear it, he is now well enough to walk unaided. And so, in honor of his supposed valor, they have been holding masquerade in the palace of late. The false sovereign's identity is still beyond our ken. Even the matter of from where he hails remains a mystery. But mayhap approaching the false sovereign at one of these gatherings could afford you a glimpse into the man behind the mask. What say you, your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? My thanks. Some of the sentries posted at the masquerades are under my command. I shall have them ease security, so pray, slip into the venue through whatever opening presents itself. Once your infiltration is successful, you will need only don a mask and act the part of an invitee. Few will think to be wary if they believe you a fellow masquerader. Here, this should suffice to help you blend in. Take care, Your Majesty. Ah, there is one other thing. Masquerades being as they are, you will require suitable raiment. Much is made of appearances at such gatherings, and 'twould be wisest to dress the part when joining the other revelers.
Over here, if you please.
Got to sell off what I can while I'm in town.
Life's best taken at a leisurely pace.
Gather round, gather round.
Here we are.
Hoy, friend! Have you any time for me today? I dare say we're overdue another talk. There's something I've come to understand during my stolen hours exploring these streets, and I wanted to share it with you. Every last resident in this city is wholeheartedly devoted to living out their lives. It seems a simple observation, I know, but to me, 'twas a revelation. For it made me painfully aware of my own position. Can this existence of mine even be called living when I am so doted upon by my mother? I want to live a life I can proudly call my own, and to achieve it with all that my heart desires. I tire of enduring my mother's coddling, and of having to mind every twitch in her face in order to appease her. Looking at this box, it fills me with courage. 'Tis proof that I am not my mother's servant to be wheeled about as she pleases. 'Tis something I obtained of my own will. Here is the last of the gold I owe you. Pray forgive me for making you wait for it. Now, I'd best be off. I may not be able to wander the city again for some time. There's aught I would do. Thus, I cannot say when next we'll see each other. Though I feel sure we shall in time. Perhaps sooner than we might think. Till then, take care, friend.
That was quite a gift. I hope that procuring it was not a burden upon the lad.
You have my support.
And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a call or two to sober.
A full week has passed since Sir Mildred set off. I suppose 'tis time we vacated her dwelling. Then follow me. I'll lead the way.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
Good tidings, friend. How have you been keeping? As for me, I made the most of my week-long sojourn. One might even say I enjoyed myself overmuch. You see, I grew so fond of the destination my feet carried me off to, methinks I should like to live there. And that's when I thought, mayhap you've grown just as fond of this dwelling. Fond enough to purchase it from me? I can't just give it to you, mind. I've my relocation costs to consider, but I'd sell it to you cheap as I can afford. Well, friend, what say you? Much obliged, friend. I hope you're as pleased with our deal as I am. This little dwelling's all yours now. Suppose I'd best be off. I've my own home to get to. I hope you'll be happy here, friend. Farewell.
We ought to bring word of this to Captain Brand.
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the morrow.
It seems you must attend a palace masquerade, if you're to meet the one who would falsely claim your title. 'Twould seem we've a need to visit the palace. Pawns are forbidden from entering the castle grounds, but we may accompany you to the entrance. We have arrived.
The masquerade is already underway, sir. 'Twill be a long night. Longer still for those of us on guard.
You're far from your station, are you not?
I was bored out my skull guarding the palace.
Almost the same dismal affair, if you ask me.
Dull days for
Our first sovereign in decades. At last, we will see the end of the age of proxies.
Indeed. The Arisen has always been the mainstay of Vermund. Only they are capable of repelling the dragon and guiding us toward a brighter future. Not so for the Queen Regent and her son. Fair weather rulers, the both of them. Should war erupt.
Silence! Do you want the sentries to hear?
You are right, of course. I shall hold my tongue.
This is a time of celebration. Once the sovereign is fighting fit and returns to us, the peace of our kingdom will be aught to show.
the same. Day after day, just how I like it.
Why, you're... No, pay me no mind. We who are gathered here are naught but nameless nobles. 'Twould be uncouth to inquire after another's identity.
Would that all my days, days for us are assigned just about anywhere.
Mayhap a banquet will
No compares to a real vow, yeah?
Well now, you're...
What is it? Has something happened?
We have it on good authority that a suspicious individual passed through here.
We need to scour the area. Well, scour all you like.
In here.
I've been here the whole time.
Open up! Open this door right now. We're coming in.
You're dressed rather austerely for a patron.
My humblest apologies, Lady Wilhelmina. We've had reports of an unseemly character in the vicinity, you see, and...
Preposterous. I was out front till but a moment ago, and I did not see so much as a shadow.
Be that as it may.
You are excused. Leave this place, ere you invite our noble host's wrath upon yourself. I will summon you if aught is amiss.
Pray forgive the intrusion.
And what business have you here? In the nobles' playground? Hmm? You've the face of someone in search of a juicy morsel. Would you be looking for this, perchance?
Come on, then. Keep pouring. Do you take me for some green lad who can't handle his cups? I'm your damned king, and a king deserves royal treatment.
Of course, Your Majesty. Tell us, Your Majesty, would you prefer more drink, or shall we find some other way to amuse ourselves?
Aye. Let's change things up.
I believe I cautioned you to keep your drunken revelry in check. Lest you forget, these celebrations of your valor are but a pretense for more serious matters.
I know. I do. It's just I get the poison in me and things happen is all.
You need only serve as our false king until Sven becomes consul. Till then, however, you would do well to remember that your role demands a certain degree of dignity. I trust you understand your position, Your Majesty.
Nay, as you say, I'll go and sober up.
Why not remove yours as well? This is not the masquerade hall, and we now find ourselves quite alone. What say we dispense with such pretenses and speak openly with one another, Lord Phasus?
That will do. If you're discovered, yours won't be the only head that rolls. What is your purpose here, I wonder? If you came to learn of the sovereign, then 'tis as you have seen. The man is naught but a ale-swilling pretender propped up by the Queen Regent. Of course, that begs the question. If he's a mere mummer, then where might our true Arisen be? You'd best go. I'll do what I can to help you make your escape. Come see me in my bordlery, whene'er you're so inclined. I'll instruct my attendants to send you straight to me.
Nothing like being spoiled by a good patron.
Am I shedding? Must be my winter coat growing in.
Come see me in my bordlery, whene'er you're so inclined. I'll instruct my attendants to send you straight to me.
Well, perhaps that taken.
Not much going on.
The sky always puts me in a contemplation.
Spot to take my mind out of my troubles.
I'm not sure what to do. Mayhap I'll go on an adventure of my own.
Sometimes this is the only place I can find. Not sure what to do with myself today.
Not much going on.
Always the same. Day after day. Just how I like it. I'm just grateful I get to meet a
Whatever am I to do?
I'm not sure what to do with myself today.
I could use a bit of excitement in my life.
I only pray no ruffian.
So many happy voices.
Wonder how long I'll do this job.
I ought to find someone to.
What is the smell? I cannot place
Always
it.
sets me to think. This place. All my peers seem so just one last. Happiness is a full schedule. One last push.
Could use a bit of excitement in my life.
Whatever am I to do?
Got to keep my arm strong and my mind sharp. All this quiet makes me come over and
I'm not sure what to do.
Nice place this. I'm in no hurry to leave.
So this is where you were, Master. I searched high and low for you.
Do take care not to stray so far next time.
It seems you have obtained information regarding the false sovereign. Captain Brandt will be eager to hear of it, I'm sure. We ought to bring word of this to Captain Brandt.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
Here we are.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Well, well. He is merely Disa's puppet then. 'Tis likely that he knows naught of her schemes. Even were he to be removed, I suspect some other would simply be made to take his place. But if there's aught that compels my attention, 'tis this other man you mention. Phasus, was it? He seems a man of import, and yet I have never heard of him. Pray, allow me to investigate this matter further. You've done well, Your Majesty. Thank you.
Queen Regent Disa appears to be working in concert with this Phasus fellow. But what precisely is their aim?
That's odd.
We're here, Master.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. While examining the palace ledger for evidence of the Queen Regent's misdeeds, I made a curious discovery. For some time now, it seems she has been diverting a veritable mountain of gold to the daily purchase of sweet crownflower. What's more, this inexpedient spending habit is recorded to have begun the very day on which Arthur, the would-be Arisen, appeared on the scene. This cannot be mere happenstance. I can only conclude that these sums are passing into the hands of Arthur himself. Yet 'tis strange, for sweet crownflowers only grow on the eastern edge of Vermont. I dare say 'twas not an item chosen idly. Mayhap this knowledge will guide us in our pursuit of the false sovereign. 'Tis a frail hope to be certain. Yet all the same, I would ask that Your Majesty venture to Vermont's eastern edge and probe into this young man's origins. I am glad to hear it, for I cannot shake the feeling that uncovering the identity of the false sovereign is the key to unraveling Disa's scheme and securing your enthronement.
It is of dire import we unmask the false sovereign. To that end, we must travel to Vermon's eastern edge. Methinks I know the general destination. Shall I show you the way, Master?
Shall we get some rest then? Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Come, we've much to be getting on with. Ready to forge on? Come to think of it, was there not another task we were to see to somewhere nearby?
Efficiency is not the only factor worthy of consideration.
'Tis of dire import we unmask the false sovereign. To that end, we must travel to Vermon's eastern edge. I can guide you to the place, Arisen, or thereabouts.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way. Oh, what does this say?
Shall we take a closer look? I overheard some of the soldiers standing guard outside the palace discussing a cure. My knowledge from other worlds tells me that a forgotten riftstone lies near here. Shall I lead the way?
But not at the expense of my...
Frey, follow me. We are under attack!
Well done, Master.
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
Come on!
Over here, if you please.
Go on. Run.
What? Lost your nerve!
Nicely done. Use me as your foothold to soar to greater heights.
At once, Master. I'll gather this. It might be of use. I shan't let the calm be.
We are none of us alike in vocation.
Our respective abilities are unique as well.
Let us utilize our individual strengths where...
I'd wager there's ought to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look.
You must wait! One can see far to the distance from here.
We are alone here, methinks. Perhaps we might stop a moment and find our bearings.
You have my support.
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every battle by way of sound strategy and defensive tactics.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
'Tis a pleasure to meet you.
Nice armor you've got. It'd look better on me, mind.
I'd sooner not battle those with whom we have no quarrel. Yet if they mean us harm, we can but defend ourselves.
True enough.
Understood. I shall proceed ahead. As a matter of fact, every master I've ever served has favored different tactics. One party I joined consisted only of ranged specialists.
Each to their own.
Would you mind coming over here?
Well done!
At once, Master. I've just recalled. I found a treasure chest near here during my travels beyond the rift. May I show you to its location? Methinks I know where that is. Pray, allow me to show you the way.
I say we set out at once. The sooner we arrive, the sooner we find out what we're dealing with.
We're here, Master. I shan't allow any further harm to come to you.
Efficiency at its best.
Once more!
I am sorry.
Stand firm. You are not alone. I've managed to grab hold.
Well said. I'm saved. Thank you, Arisen.
It seems we have enraged our foes.
I do not use their rage to our advantage.
I'm aware of the particulars. That was hard won.
What fails to destroy us only enhances our chances against future adversaries.
We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Follow me, if you would.
You there! Are you looking to enter the village? You'd best go elsewhere, friend. What's wrong about this place? There's no business to be had here, that's for sure.
That man just now seemed rather on edge. What could he have seen here to inspire such suspicion?
You'd best go elsewhere, friend. What's wrong about this place? There's no business to be had here, that's for sure.
I'll go and open the chest.
I've things to do, if you don't mind.
What you need of me?
Here to ask aught of me, are you?
Is that who I think it is?
Aye, I reckon so. Rather more common looking than I'd expected. But I suppose that's neither here nor there. It's a question of skill at the end of the day.
So you say, but you wagered against our visitor, did you not?
And I'd do it again. Just look at that fool's face.
What brings you here? What brings you here?
What brings you here?
Oh, you've a sharp eye. Suppose I ought not to have underestimated you, Sir Arisen. You wonder how I know? For starters, 'tisn't just me. The entire village recognizes you for what you are, cuz. Not mysterious about it. We've our sources, and that's all I'm saying. But don't worry yourself. I'm actually on your side, in a sense. Can't offer you any help, though. Village code and all that. Still, I suppose I could give you a bit of advice. I've a hefty wager riding on you, cuz. Don't let me down, eh?
All that obscure advice only to depart with nary a word of explanation. Shall we try doing what she did to us, then?
Fancy a look at my wares?
What brings you here?
Fancy a look at my wares?
In my line of business, patience is key. Do come again.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter.
An investment made for safer travels can hardly be called extravagant.
Well met, sir. How might I be of service?
Here to ask aught of me, are you?
Have you a different destination in...
All you need of me?
Tis a letter most inscrutable, and I fear 'twill remain as such if we cannot find another piece to this puzzle.
Me? I'm just going for a stroll.
Fancy a look at my wares?
Ah, you must be the visitor I've heard so much about. Have you some business here in the village? You would know of our village? As you can see, 'tis a simple place, tucked away on the eastern edge of Vermund. Is there aught else I can help you with, sir? Arthur. 'Tis a name unfamiliar to me, I'm afraid. At least, no one by that name lives here, sir. As you like, sir.
This is the inn. We've room to spare if you're looking to spend the night. Of course, nothing's free in this world. It's a blessing to find myself so busy as this. Glad to be of service, sir. Oh, how lovely. I'll have to remember this place.
Hail! I take it you're the outsider my lord mentioned? How'd he know to expect you? I couldn't tell you. Why not ask him yourself? You'll find him in the manor atop the on-hill.
Pray.
No doubt you're dazzled by my charms. They all... Well met, sir. No doubt you're dazzled by my charms. They...
No seen you about. You the outsider? My lord spoke of you. Come on, follow me. I've something real nice to show you.
I'm in no mood for a chinwag, thank you.
Tis a remarkable treasure we've found.
A fitting reward for a rigorous search.
Well met, sir. How might I be of service?
Yon path leads not to our destination. If you would prefer to explore, I shall guide you another time.
Don't bring trouble to my door, you hear?
Can't say I've any tidings to share.
Greetings. I must say I'm impressed by your intuition, sir. You found me out far sooner than most. I trust you are enjoying your sojourn in our fair village. If you have any questions, ask away. I should be glad to aid you. If aught about our humble village seems strange to you, that is easily explained. For 'tis here that thieves are instructed in the skills they require. To begin with, those who wander into the village are evaluated for their potential aptitude. Of course, you are no exception. That you stand here now is proof you were deemed a worthy candidate. Which is to say, you have my approval as the Thiefmeister. Is there aught else you'd care to ask? You're curious what I know of you? Quite a bit, I should think. Naturally, I'm not the only one. Our village has its own network of spies and informants, you see, and your title tends to make you stand out among the rumors we collect. You're the second Arisen to come to Vermont, and you've allied yourself with Captain Brant against the Queen Regent. In response, she's... Oops. I mustn't say another word. Don't misunderstand. I'm no ally of the Queen Regent. I merely strive to maintain neutrality in political matters. Those who deal in information must ne'er align themselves with a particular power. Such is our village code. Is there aught else you'd care to ask? Arthur, you say? I've lived in this village many a year, but I can't say I've heard of someone by that name. My apologies. Is there aught else you'd care to ask? Beg pardon? Why would you ask such a thing? A letter? Oh, you've made quite the discovery. Brass means imitating someone in thieves' cant. This letter means to say someone's taken on such a request. Naturally, I can say nothing as to the who or what of the arrangement. I'm sure you understand. Is there aught else you'd care to ask? Aye. Take care, then. You, sir, are worthy of inheriting my ultimate technique. Once mastered, 'twill allow you to fell all foes, both minuscule and mighty. Take it, and do with it what you will.
The Maester's teaching is yours, Arisen. I dare say there's no truer sign of mastery, nor better reward for your efforts.
I shall strive to learn from your example, that I might reach new heights of my own.
We shall await you here, Master.
You made it after all. Guess that means I win. Oi, you lot best pay up. Dear me. You didn't disappoint, did you? You've done well. Seems only fair I answer any questions weighing on you. Go on. Ask away. Figures you'd want to know about him. We're supposed to be neutral. Ordinarily, I wouldn't say a word about one of our jobs. But I suppose I can tell you, the situation being what is. His real name is Dara. He was one of us, once. But he's been exiled. We had no choice, see? After he went off to play the false Arisen. We're men and women of shadow. Center stage isn't our place to stand. That's why he was cast out. He'll ne'er be part of our village again. That all you wanted to ask? What can I say? Not many people bother with this place. Luckily for me, you were different. Knew I was right to bet in favor of the Arisen. Anyway, most visitors get fooled into going up to the manor. We send them packing with a trifle, and if they don't question it, good riddance. Anyone that complacent has got no business being a thief. We only train the rare few who make it here. Some might go so far as to say that the entire village was built around this spot. That all you wanted to ask? For all this, Dara was in line to become the next thief maester. But he failed. Took a massive injury to the chest during the trial. So the title fell to me. That's when he went off, saying he used the scar in his chest to pose as the Arisen. And what a scheme that turned out to be, eh? Now he gets to sit pretty on the best seat in the kingdom. Still, you'd have a hard time proving that he's not who he says he is. He's a wily one, that Dara. Always was careful not to leave behind a shred of evidence. But we can't have him thinking that he gets to go off and enjoy a peaceful life in a lap of luxury after breaking our code. Methinks he needs something to remind him of the debt he owes us. Here, this should do the trick. That all you wanted to ask? Aye. Till next time, then. Now, as to the Maester's teaching, not sure you'll be able to use it to its fullest potential, but I'll show it to you.
Can't say I've any tidings to share.
It is too quiet.
You're the one, then? Fie. I'd hoped I'd not be seeing you here.
A lonely place. Not without its charm.
This won't do.
That's quite enough.
Not half bad!
Whatever it is, I'll thank you to leave me out of it.
You've my gratitude.
You're here. I've been waiting for you.
I've things to do, if you don't mind.
Prayer ever did much for me.
Place this. I'm in no hurry to leave.
My apologies for the wait. We grew further apart than I'd anticipated.
Do take care.
Well met, sir.
Quiet as a milk.
Well met, sir. How might I be of service?
This is the inn. We've room to spare if you're looking to spend the... Of course. Nothing's free in this world.
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the morrow.
I feel refreshed and ready for a new day.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Ready to forge on?
A reward for our efforts. I expect Captain Brant will know how to put what we've gleaned to good use. Now to report to Captain Brant. Allow me to guide you, Master. I know the person you're looking for.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
Tis rather narrow here. Be on your guard.
Let us proceed with due caution.
A reward for our efforts. I expect Captain Brant will know how to put what we've gleaned to good use. We ought to bring word of this to Captain Brant. Allow me to guide you, Master. I know the person you're looking for.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
Pray, follow me.
I can't imagine we're in need of a campsite just now.
'Tis enough to make camp only when the need arises.
In traversing other worlds, I came to know of a treasure chest in this area. Perchance you'd like to see it.
I would have preferred not to have to fight so soon, but at least I know I am up to the challenge.
We must not let down our guard.
'Twas a trial indeed, but one we surpassed with skill.
The tide of battle. I did my best to match your skill, Master.
If 'tis as broken as it seems, then I'm afraid we've no recourse but to find another way around.
Plainly speaking, 'tis a bother. A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Very well. I shall go on ahead.
Follow me, if you would.
That's enough.
I can proceed no further.
If 'tis discipline your company lacks, I can provide.
If our destination is a distant one, travel by ox cart might be worth considering.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring. Methinks this can only be destroyed from the other side.
I'm not altogether happy with this.
This is most convenient. Another destination we were bound for is not far from here.
We shall have to decide which is the most pressing. We cannot do everything at once.
left in the pantry. At least my back's not acting up today.
Gather round! Treat your ears to a tale by a master.
The one we seek isn't here. Perchance we've come at the wrong time.
I dare say we shan't make much progress as things stand. What say we refresh our minds as to the details?
There's our quarry now. Seems we were in the right place after all.
By your leave.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Have you divined aught of the false sovereign, your Majesty? This appears to be a bill calling for the arrest of a man named Dara. But hold a moment. Does this man's countenance not bear an uncanny resemblance to that of the false sovereign? I see. If your Majesty is certain that the two are one and the same, then I am convinced as well. Ah, but of course. I surmise your Majesty intends to post the bill and invite suspicion. A clever plan. The Queen Regent will be forced to deny any connection to our new sovereign, yet will be unable to remove the bill from the public eye. Furthermore, 'twill serve as an attestation to Dara's existence, which shall remain an undeniable truth till the man resurfaces. And all the while, the doubts lurking in the hearts of the citizenry will continue to deepen. A clever ploy indeed. I shall attend to this matter personally. I've no doubt that this bill will prove its worth in due course. You have my gratitude, your Majesty. Your...
So, the false sovereign operates at the behest of Queen Regent Disa. The spider has woven her web rather carefully. We have reached our destination.
Oh dear.
Welcome to the Star Drop Inn. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start you off?
Wonderful.